Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another edition of Can't Wait Wednesdays here on the KB Radio Network. This is the show where we preview upcoming releases on television and in the theaters this weekend. How are we doing, everybody? We have reached the end of March and we are fastly approaching April. We only have a couple of days left into this month, wrapping up the first quarter of this year of 2023. And man, we still have so much to get through. So much has happened in the first 3 months of this year. We have so many films that have been released this year and television shows, and it feels like we're halfway through the year, but we're only a quarter of a way. And just to think that there are so much more to come. We have a lot coming out this year, and this week is no exception. We're gonna jump right in. We have five can't waits this week, and one is a pretty unusual one that normally I don't talk about on any of my shows, but this is one of my loves. This is one of my I guess you could say addictions from childhood, because I've been watching this product since I was as long as I can remember, actually. And this was my superhero viewing when I was young, and it turned into the soap opera uh when I was a little older. And I still, to this day, to right now, I'm still watching, and it is none other than professional wrestling. To be more Pacific, the WWE. Well, it used to be the WWF. And there's an event every year concerning the WWE that is like the Super Bowl of wrestling. And in case you don't know, it is none other than WrestleMania. And we have WrestleMania 39 coming this weekend, April the 1st and April the 2nd. Yes, 2 nights. They just started this a couple of years ago. WrestleMania used to be on a Sunday, just like all the rest of the pay-per-views. Now they just shifted. The pay-per-views are on Saturdays now, but or premium live events. They don't call it pay-per-views anymore because it's not on pay-per-view, but premium live events. And WrestleMania turned into this 2 night event, because I remember when, you know, I would say about 3 or 4 years ago, they had a WrestleMania that was so long. I started watching it around 5 or 6 o'clock when it started, and it didn't go off until after midnight. That's how many matches they had on that one show. It was WrestleMania. I wasn't mad at it. I've even been to two WrestleManias. I went to WrestleMania 17, I think it was, or was it 18? 17 or 18. I know it was in Houston. And then I went to WrestleMania 30. I think it was 30 when it was here in New Orleans a couple of years ago. And I went to those two. I've been to a few Raws. I've been to no, I haven't been to a SmackDown now that I think about it. But I've been to some live events, and I love going to Red, love watching it on TV. And this is the one. This is a big one here. 2 nights, April the 1st, April the 2nd on Peacock. And here are the matches for WrestleMania. I don't have which night is which. I can speculate what I think is going to be, but it really doesn't matter because I'm watching both nights, so I don't care what night they come on. But here are the matches. You have Austin's Theory and versus John Cena for the United States Championship. Austin Theory is the champion. You have Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control, which consists of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky in a 6-woman tag team match. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair is the champion. Speaking of champions, the SmackDown Women's Championship which is held by Charlotte Flair. She will be defending it against Rhea Ripley. Also on the card, you have Gunther, who is the Intercontinental Championship. He will be defending that title in a triple threat match against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. We have Edge versus Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville in a women's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. Also, you have Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders in a men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. You have the Usos, who are the undisputed tag team champions. They will defend their titles against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You also have father versus son, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, and the main event. Pretty sure this is night 2. I know for certain this is the last match of WrestleMania. We have the championship match, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, who is Roman Reigns. He will be defending his titles against Cody Rhodes, and this is the card. You have 13 matches, 13. So they had to split this into 2 nights. Plus, you have all the extra stuff that comes with WrestleMania. This year is going to be in Los Angeles. WrestleMania goes Hollywood, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some surprises, maybe some guests, celebrity stars to pop up. Who knows? Anything is possible when it comes to WrestleMania in the WWE. So, WrestleMania 39 will be on Peacock this Saturday, April the 1st, and Sunday, April the 2nd. Check it out. Oh man, I'm excited for that. I'm trying to work my schedule for this weekend because there's a lot. I have to kind of maneuver around my WrestleMania weekend. This is a thing every year, so don't think I'm tripping. This is every year. Ask the family. They can't stand WrestleMania weekend when it comes to me because everything else falls to the wayside. Also on television this weekend, this Friday to be more exact, Friday, March the 31st, over on Netflix, we have a sequel to a film that kind of caught me off guard and I enjoyed. It's been a while since I've enjoyed Adam Sandler films, and this was one that I actually enjoyed a few years ago, and it was Murder Mystery, and it kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, man, this is good. And so I guess I'm not the only one that felt that way because this Friday we're getting Murder Mystery 2, an upcoming action comedy mystery film starring Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, both reprising their roles from the original. Don't have much of a plot line to this, or the synopsis to this film, but all I can say is it's the sequel to the first. If you enjoyed the first one, here we go. There you have it. You have this one coming down the pipe. I'm actually kind of excited for it. I didn't even know this one was coming until a couple of weeks ago. I was actually shocked. I was like, wow, they made a sequel. That's cool. So we have Murder Mystery premiering on Netflix this Friday, March the 31st. Over on Apple TV Plus on that same day, we have a film that I knew nothing about until I saw the trailer. I saw, an article or something about this, or a thumbnail somewhere. I can't remember what I saw, but I was like, wait, they're making a Tetris movie? What is it going to be about? Well, it's not exactly Tetris per se, but it's more about the rights to Tetris. This film is amply entitled Tetris, and it is a biographical drama directed by John Bird, written by Noah Pink, and it stars Taron Egerton and Toby Jones. And the premise of this movie is the true story of a high stakes legal battle to secure the intellectual property rights to Tetris. You remember the game? You know the game. I still play Tetris. I have that app on my phone. Tetris was like, when you had those weird shapes and they come down and you try to fix it to eliminate a row. And when you do it, you feel like you're the most intelligent person in the world because you can fix that piece over here and put it over there. It just makes you feel smarter than what you truly are. At least that's the way I be looking at it. But anyways, I love that game. But this is the kind of the story behind the game, and at least the rights, who created it and whatnot. I don't know this story, so I will watch this film just to find out the story behind this little legal battle that took place. I guess between the developers and the people who came up with it and whatnot. So hey, it seems interesting, and I love Tedrin Edgerton. Uh, Hopefully we get to see him as Wolverine. I would love him as Wolverine. I know that's fan casting. Everybody on the internet is dreaming that up, but I'm telling you straight up, I want to see that. I would love to see that. But before that ever happens, we get to watch him in Tetris, which drops on Apple TV Plus this Friday, March the 31st. Also, this Friday, a lot coming out this Friday, especially on streaming. I'm like, man, this is some, this is a lot of stuff coming out on one day. Um, it's a television show. This is a series, and this looks interesting. I knew absolutely nothing about this until maybe a week ago, and I didn't see the trailer on YouTube. I didn't see it on TV. I didn't none of that. I saw it when I went to the theater. I think I went to go see. I can't remember what movie I went to go see. I've been seeing. I've been to the theater so much lately. I can't even remember which movie it was. But they showed the trailer for this TV show that at first I thought was a commercial. The way it came on, you had John Leguizamo, and I'm thinking like, okay, what John Leguizamo promoting today? It turned into this show that deals with science fiction and uh drama and all this other good stuff. I'm like, wait, what is this? like some superhero elements and all that involved. I'm like, this X-Men or something? It just looked crazy, but I was so intrigued by it. And it is The Power. And it is an upcoming British science fiction drama television series. And it drops on Amazon Prime this Friday, March the 31st. And the premise of this show goes as such: the world of The Power is our world, but for one twist of nature. Suddenly and without warning, all teenage girls in the world develop the power to electrocute people at will. It's hereditary, it's inbuilt, and it can't be taken away from them. Coming alive to the thrill of pure power, the ability to hurt or even kill by releasing electrical jolts from their fingertips, they rapidly learn they can awaken the power in older women. Soon enough, nearly every woman in the world can do it. And then everything is different. This is interesting in so many so many facets. I'm It's actually quite disturbing, but it seems interesting. I want to see what will these women, young ladies, do with this power. This show stars Tony Collette, the great Tony Collette, John Leguizamo, as I said before, uh, Eddie Matson, um, Josh Charles, Rob Delaney, Allison Eve, and so many more, and many more. And I remember one of the characters, uh, young lady, she's the daughter of like a mobster. So He's so she has the mean streak, like she can, try to convince her dad that she can work for him, because she has this power, and all these other kids. It just looks wow. It looks like everybody has their own story, yet they're connected by this ability. And so this looks interesting, as I said before. Can't wait to watch it. Don't have to wait long. This Friday on Prime Video, The Power. So that leads us to our final can't wait of the week. And it is a biggie. It is the one film dropping in theaters this week. And it is Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves. This is the adaptation of the tabletop role player game Dungeons and Dragons that is very popular among the geek culture, if you will. And me being a geek, I can say I never played Dungeons and Dragons. It's just one of those things that I never got into. I never even attempted to play it. If I ever tried to play it, I probably would enjoy it. It looks like something I would enjoy. Now that I'm older and I know exactly what it is, I didn't know what it. When I think of games, when I thought of games when I was younger, I thought of video games. If it dealt with board games or something like that, yeah, I'll play Monopoly or Clue, you know, or to a lesser extent, Hungry Hungry Hippo. But I never played Dungeons and Dragons. And I had a friend who stayed around the corner from me. He played it, but at the time it looked kind of complicated, and I didn't want to do too much thinking when I was playing the game. But this looks cool. This movie uh it drops this Friday in theaters, March the 31st. I've been fortunate enough. I have seen it already. If you want to hear my review, you can go back past episodes. I have a review up now on all my outlets. The Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves review. But I will say, uh, it is an exciting film. This film stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Renee Jean Page, Justin Smith, Sophie Lillis, and Hugh Grant. And this is, like I said before, based on the game. And from what I understand, from what a lot of the reviews have been saying, that it is kind of closely representative of the game. They have Easter eggs in there. I didn't catch because, like I said, didn't play the game. And I will say it is a fun time. So and it looks fun. It's funny. It is a fantasy heist action comedy, and it is truly for the theatrical experience. This is not a I'll wait till it comes on television or streaming before I watch it. This is to be experienced in the theater. It's really fun. It was a fun time when I went to go see it. A lot of laughter, a lot of excitement with it. It was fun. It was a fun time. So this Friday in theaters, you have Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves in a theater near you. Go check it out. So, everybody, those are your can't waits for this week. As I stated before, you have the WWE WrestleMania Goes Hollywood this Saturday and Sunday on Peacock, April the 1st and April the 2nd. You have Murder Mystery 2 dropping on Netflix this Friday, March the 31st. Also on March the 31st, you have Tetris dropping on Apple TV Plus, along with The Power, the television show, dropping this Friday on Prime Video. And in theaters, Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves. Which one are you excited for? I'm excited for them all. Especially WrestleMania. Can't wait for WrestleMania, people. But I will carve out some time to watch some of this. Because all of them have my interest, and I don't want to go too far along and not, let things pile up on me towards the end of the year. Like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. I gotta hurry up and see this. I gotta watch this before the end of the year. So I must carve out for a couple of these films and television series. I just gotta do it before WrestleMania comes on. But I would like to know what you're excited for. You could contact the show by email, kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. Also, you can contact me on Twitter at KB Radio Network, and on other social media platforms, just look up the KB Radio Network. Everybody, don't forget about the 5 stars, the reviews, and sharing this show. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you are currently listening to this show. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video if you are listening or watching listening on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build up a audience over there as well. Everybody, thank you for joining me for Can't Wait Wednesday. We have a lot coming out this weekend, and man, it's just getting started. It seemed like since February, every weekend it has been banger after banger after banger. Something has been coming out just back to back to back to back. It is like, my God, slow down. But at the same time, you don't want it to slow down because you're enjoying all this content that's coming out. There's no reason to be bored on a weekend channel surfing, trying to figure out what to watch or what to do. There's a lot to watch. And so and this weekend is no exception. So everybody, want you all to know that I love you. Continue to love one another. And until we speak again, you all be blessed.